I don't see the light of day. Looking up to higher ground, thinking that'll be your sweet escape. These days gotta schedule the romance. They say that love is a slow dance. A short bike ride to the crib, using no hands. Oh, did it feel like I'm floating? But I'm falling with both eyes closed when I let the world spin. Testing the water, she got my nerves tense. Back when I ain't even have a purpose, I was so eager to learn some things. Anxiety bring out the worst in me. Society paint me as enemy. My making it buy off that remedy. I'm more occasional, don't do it regularly. Backs under my eyes, weighing down heavily. Mama been worried, the devil allegedly deep in the plan. Subconsciously wanted it since I was 10. I thought I was sharp on my scroll and my pen think it did. So mama found she to them legs. She told me that's not who I am. But nowadays I put on for the fam, see her when I can. I'm surrounded by my feelings, I'm stuck on a Ferris wheel. I bet I perish with 140 acres. She want the horse and the carriage, a porcelain portion of garbage. I talk to the mirror, I know that life's not the fairest. I lost my can, I can't pay off the bills with the blessing. I sure I relate to the Reddit page. It's feeling like money is everything. Money is everything. It's everything I need. Till I lay my eyes on you. I don't know what this is, yeah, but it feel like it's real, baby. I don't wanna pretend, no. I just wanna come clear, wanna see you again. I wanna see you again. I wanna see you again. Yeah, young. It's the thing, this was everything I need, right? Not so fond of change, I'm too caught up in my way.
What it do, folks? What it do? The lab.
What's happening?
Is that where we are? We in the lab tonight. Shouts out. Welcome, everyone. The comments is already on fire and they talking trash, but that's okay. That's okay. Tall
Okay,
boy.
yeah. They're talking about I'm on 1 and 3 when I'm dancing. That's all right. I know how to get to 2 and 4. That's fine.
Are you listening to the words or the beat? No, I ain't gonna do that to you. How you doing, man? You doing all right?
Nah, man, I'm awesome, man. I'm awesome. Now you can put it on the screen. You know, we told you it's an interactive show. So whatever you put on, as long as it's appropriate, we have no problem interacting with you. So it is what it is.
It is what it is. It's all good. It's all good. Welcome everyone to the lab again. This is where Tallboy and I talk about consumer technology, what's new this past week, what we think resonates with you, our audience, our community. So first and foremost, we thank you for spending just a little bit of your time with us tonight. I'll go ahead and put it out there just because I need to laugh right there. So I'll put it on out there. Shouts out to you, hit the spot 1006. We see it. We see it. Bruh, new week. What's going on with you? We always like to start off now by reflecting on things that are in our world. Have you acquired any new gear? You learning some new technology lessons, or what was your week in tech like?
A lot of lessons. I don't know if I'm ready to share all that, but definitely want to give a shout out. Let's see.
Shoot.
We want to take flight. Yeah, Ethan Summers, what's happening? I got it in the mail today. And for the ones who are not familiar, we spoke on this a while back. And I want to say, like, honestly, I was kind of skeptical at first, but you don't want to turn it, throw anybody under the bus. But this device really came in handy for me this week because I've been in front of my computer all week, literally almost falling asleep in the chair. And, your battery dies and your phone gets weak and all that stuff. So, I have something what's called the Spruce. And Ethan sent this over to me a while back. And basically, it's a docking station for your phone. And you can literally put it on the docking station with the charger or with the I gotta unlock the code. There you go. Put it on the charger and or while it's in the case, or it can be without the case. Now the cool thing is if you have any USB, so it's saying I'm 62%. But you can charge up to 3 USB-C devices and 1 USB-A device. So right now, I'm charging my birthday gift from Hit the Spot 1006, the Osmo Pocket camera, and I'm also charging my PlayStation 5 controller because when I get bored or I'm tired and I just need to, you know, I need to get out and do some, just
unwind. After we get off this
unwind.
stream, you're going to fire it up, aren't you? You're going to play some games.
Right. So I don't talk about that much on the show often, but, I just wanted to give Fledging a shout out. If I'm correct, it's fledging.com. Is that the right website? Maybe
no, it's .net, fledging.net.
Fledging.net. And just take flight with them. Check them out.
Just let them take flight with them.
Yeah, take flight with them. They can even have the spruce on sale right now. The summer sale, if I'm correct, is $89. Now, I'm just driving everybody over to your website, Fledging, and the product manager or CEO, Mr. Summers. If I get a cut off of whatever's purchased, holler at me.
Add Tallboy to the payroll. He should be direct consumer marketing for sure.
Yeah, maybe I could create a commercial for you or something like that. But that was my week in tech. There's some other tools that I would like to talk about in the near future. But I definitely, when the T-shirt came in the mail, I definitely said it was time to take flight.
There it is. I like it. Man is dropping off, the marketing campaign slogos and everything. That's all right. That's the truth.
You just want me to use that for the promo. That's all.
I do. That's why I was quiet, right? Because we're going to cut that into 15 seconds and put that on IG. As far as me, man, look, I'm out here. I'm spending a couple of dollars that I probably shouldn't be, but I'm leveling up as always because I think that's what we always do. We always want our environment, especially our studios, to be right. You probably saw me putting out a couple of posts in some Facebook groups that we belong to where I sold all my old lights. I sold an old microphone. These weren't old. They were pretty new. They were old to me now, but sold all my Elgato lights, sold my Rode pod mic, and kind of stepped up to some other things. I'm using the Shure SM7B, so that is the microphone that, if you're serious out here in these content creation streets, you're going to lean towards this one. You don't want to talk to me into this. So got that. I got some new lights going on, my 3-point, and I'm not going to lie, it's looking pretty proper right now because I can adjust the color temperature on them. So yeah, that was my week in technology, acquiring some new gear, setting that up late last night here in the studio so that we can look nice and crispy today, I don't want my mom to say I'm shining, so I had to make sure that my lighting was right. I had to make sure things were proper.
Okay, I like it. I like it. The only thing that I need you to do moving forward, and I know you don't want to listen.
You want me to turn that TV? You want me to put some marketing on that?
Fledging. Hey, Fledging, send him a check, and I bet you he'll have it on there next week. I promise you he'll have it on there next week. So, but no, man, I'm proud of you. I saw that you were selling a microphone, and next thing I know, I saw lights, and I said, he got a boom arm. He's getting rid of everything. So they had a, a press release for Elgato, and I feel like you felt like it was Christmas in July, and you were like, everything got to go so I can go buy the new stuff that's coming out. So
I did come up. So there you go, coming through my front door, right? But it's all good. But
and your Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I did watch the Elgato event. Elgato, for folks who may not be aware, they're pretty big, right, in the gaming community because they have products and solutions and technologies that allow those that stream content online to do it more effectively. So they got a unit called the Stream Deck, which is kind of a hotkey piece hardware interface that allows you to control different aspects of your environment, lighting, pop-ups on the screen, social media context, things of that. But just early this week, they launched, I think, 5 pieces of gear. So they launched their first webcam. They call it the Face Cam. So it's a 1080p web camera that they launched. It's focused on the folks that are creating content online. more that than like the Zooms and the Teams and folks that are doing those kinds of things. But it's really focused on folks that are streaming. Some new boom arms for microphones, and this is the one actually that I ordered, the low profile wave mic arm. I can't wait for that to show up because I don't like my microphone in the shot. Right, I really want that to be kind of hidden behind the scenes and inconspicuous, so you hear me good, but you don't have to see. I don't like seeing all the operation piece. Right, you don't need to see all of the gear behind the scenes. So yeah, and they announced some more software, some more mounts for putting up lights and for putting up cameras. So it was pretty cool. I spent a couple of dollars. I didn't go too crazy. Just like I said, I just bought the microphone boom arm from them. So yeah, that was good stuff.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
like I say, you're just trying to level up your game.
I'm
And I
trying
think
to.
your game was already good. But I mean, for you to say, all right, I see what's new, what you did was you offloaded some of your old stuff to be able to offset the cost for the new stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So anybody that's in this streaming game, I have to do a better job of saying, hey, it's time to let some of it go. But I see you're taking the lead on that, and I'm definitely with it. And I'm just trying to use what I have moving forward, and just being happy with that until it's time.
Nothing
Three
wrong
or
with
four
that.
years. Yeah.
Hey, and
So
there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Let's go move on to the next segment. Y'all know what it is. I see folks in the comments already talking about it. You know what time it is, man. It's time to get this money. Stock stash party time. What is it? Oh, it's Monster Beverage.
Monster Energy.
Well, the whole company, not just the energy. So I think, don't they do water or something too? We need more people to be involved in this. So folks, get on this financial, I'm gonna call it financial freedom train. Get on this stock investing bandwagon. You know, I always talk about stock and the stash parties that they do every Wednesday evening. I just leveled up my portfolio and amassed a fraction of Monster Beverage Corporation stock. I see a number of other folks in the community that are doing that as well. It adds up, especially companies that provide dividends, right? You continue to add onto your portfolio, do it. If you want to utilize my code down at the bottom there, link.james6.org/stash stock, you get $20 of stock. I get just a little bit of recognition, but again, more importantly, you get some money going into your account just for being turned on to the environment, to the platform from me. So make that happen, folks. Get your money. No messing around. Go ahead and get that money. What you doing, man? You out there playing?
Well, I was over there trying to do a quick wardrobe change, but I mean, you came back faster than what I thought you were going to come back. So,
Yeah, don't come
I
back
mean,
on screen with no
it
clothes
is what
on.
it is. I mean, I don't think the ladies want to see nothing up underneath the shirt, bro.
Don't come back on screen with no clothes on. I don't want to have to
Right?
mark this
I can't
explicit
do that. Yeah,
on
I'm just trying to rep the brand. I thought we talked about all this, but it's all good. We're gonna go. We're gonna go right into the first article. You want to do it, or you want me to knock it out?
If you're ready, you go ahead and get it, brother. Let's go
All
ahead
right,
and
go
talk
ahead.
about these.
I'm gonna go ahead and knock it out. Netflix revealed that its initial efforts in gaming will be focused on mobile games, and that the games will be included with users' Netflix subscriptions. The company has announced as part of its second quarter earnings report on Tuesday. It comes days after the company said it hired former EA and Oculus executive Mike Verdu to head up its gaming network. Um, Basically, what he basically said, we're in the early stages of further expanding into games, building out or building on our earlier efforts around interactivity and our Stranger Things games. We view gaming as another new content category for us, similar to our expansion into original films, animation, and unscripted TV. Games will be included in members' Netflix subscriptions at no additional cost, similar to films and series, and will be primarily focused on games for mobile devices. They are excited as ever about our mobile TVs, our movies and TV series offering, and we expect a long runway of increasing investment and growth across all of their content categories. So basically, they're a decade into their push into original programming. They think it's time to learn more about how our members value games. And lastly, I think what it says here is there's no details of what types of games will actually be available, though Netflix recently extended its TV deal with Shonda Rhimes. There's also no word on how games will be delivered to Netflix subscribers.
Yeah. Shouts out to Shonda Rhimes out here just making all the money, right? And showing people how to do it the right way. If y'all don't know who Shonda Rhimes is, please Google her. And if you're
Yeah.
if you're trying to follow from an entrepreneur or business perspective, she is definitely writing the book. But this is, I think, Netflix admitting that they're falling behind. And this statement actually right here is key to that. They're not losing to HBO or any of the other networks. They're losing to people that are turning off Netflix and going and playing Fortnite or going to play in mobile gaming, things of that nature. So how can they attract some activities into folks that are already like, hit the spots and saying, look, I'm already paying $18 a month for this subscription to Netflix, but give me something that makes my time and my money especially worthwhile to the platform. Will this resonate with a lot of people? Maybe. Especially if you've got youngsters in the house or you got avid gamers. But if you got some teenagers in the house, they'll definitely probably resonate with this. But the challenge is Netflix has to now take people away from the Apple Arcade, has to now take people away from Steam and all the other gaming.
Twitch.
Twitch, and what's the other one? There's a couple other ones, right? So how does Netflix pull people away from those platforms to make them maybe they're going to charge you for these games?
Well, they said it's going to be free.
No, they're going to charge you for the they're going to give you a little like
not in
its
initial rollout. No, well, not in its initial rollout. So I mean, remember they said it's for mobile. It's not for TV. This is for mobile. So when you're out on the go and you're literally having your phone and you're at the doctor's office, you're waiting to get your car detailed, this might be a way for you to just click on the Netflix app and say, you know what, let me play word cookies, let me play some type of Game of Thrones type of game that they have. I do think that microtransactions will be incorporated into it at some point in time.
Well,
but I think the gaming will be free.
Think about it. They'll give you 2 levels or 3 levels on a game or something, and there'll be maybe ads built into it. I'm being the doubting Thomas, right? But if you don't want the ads and if you want all the levels, well, go ahead and kick us down with $1.99 extra a month onto your subscription. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there as a possibility. That's what I would do. Look, if I was falling behind to all these other platforms that are providing gaming to their subscribers. But you know what? Again,
but let me ask you this, because you said that this is them admitting that they're falling behind. How do we know that they're falling behind as opposed to just saying we're just trying to stay innovative?
Right here. The man said it in the article right here. The company has acknowledged in the past that it competes with games for time and attention, with the co-CEO Reed Hastings writing that we compete with and lose to Fortnite more than HBO. There is a statement right there. They know that they're not in the driver's seat anymore. They were, right? Netflix was synonymous with Netflix and chill at home, right? You go and you get the DVDs and you have 3 or 4 DVDs showing up and you went through all that and they wanted you to be late so they can charge you a late fee. That doesn't happen anymore. Now that they got some decent features and decent programming, but HBO Max is the truth. Disney Plus is out there. Hulu, no commercials for it, but you know what I'm saying? So Netflix needs to definitely step up the game and make sure that they don't become irrelevant. I doubt that they will, but they just need to stay competitive with all these folks that are out there.
Well, their programming needs to be a little bit better. I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. I mean, and this is no knock to Netflix. I mean, the programming is decent, but I mean, for the ones who like video on demand or like to binge watch, shall I say, after you watch it, it's like, what's next? And so I know that they update their programming every 45 days to 60 days, if I'm correct. So you just need some better programming. And right now, after you watched all the shows, and for the ones that are cord cutters, what do? So the gaming could be that extra feature to say, let me just keep you on here a little bit longer, because Hulu is saying we're giving you content every week as the shows come out.
Yeah.
So I'm just throwing that out there as a potential,
Well,
alternative.
and then think about it too. YouTube TV for sports fans. YouTube, I believe, just signed a couple of significant contracts with sports leagues. We already spend a lot of time on YouTube. Google and YouTube, two biggest search engines on the planet. Folks are going to YouTube, consuming content, using that for tutorials, how-tos. How do I change the kitchen sink, or how do I do this and this and this? They're not going anywhere else. They're not looking for a documentary or a feature on Netflix. They're going to YouTube. So Netflix got to keep it going. Keep it
Well, I
fresh.
mean, well, the traffic is, it's starting to get congested. You got to
Yeah.
remember 2006, 2007, their only competition really was Blockbuster. Everybody else was the big
Wow.
box,
Yeah. Yeah.
when
You
you
said
think about it.
Blockbuster.
Yeah, Blockbuster basically laughed them out of the room, and basically Netflix put Blockbuster out of business. So it
Mm-hmm.
was like, you don't believe in me? We could partner. And Blockbuster did not see their roadmap. They didn't see their vision. And look at, they're the powerhouse. And now they're saying, hey, we don't want to be a repeat of what Blockbuster was. We remember that feeling. So guess what? We're going to jump on this bandwagon and say, let's get into gaming, because we see that this is where it's going.
You know what? Lisa Marie has a great statement. That's why they're pulling in Chandra, right? Because she knows this market, and I completely agree with this, right? That's why it's listed specifically in this article, right? Chandra Rhimes knows exactly how to pull in entertainment, knows how to keep eyes on the screen with and have people talking about it, right? Folks have watch parties for all of her shows. And
Yeah, I think she has the #1 show. If you click that link at the bottom where it says Shonda Rhimes' name, at the bottom of that screen, it says Netflix most viewed original TV shows. And basically, Shonda Land's Regency era romance Bridgerton was viewed by 82 million member households in the series the first 28 days on the service.
wow,
So, I mean,
amazing.
she's already doing big things already. And then I think she has another programming called Inventing Anna, which is set for 2022, and Debbie Allen's documentary Dance Dreams Hot Chocolate Nutcracker.
I
So
ain't
she's already
I
like
ain't
doing some
mad at,
things.
you know what I'm saying?
So
Shouts out to Sister Brian doing her thing, boy. God dog.
so I mean, there's a list on that article right where it says to include if I'm correct.
To
Can you
include
scroll
feature
up?
films and gaming content.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, scroll down to the bottom. Scroll down to the bottom. There you go. These are all the most viewed original TV shows that Netflix has. And clearly, Shonda Rhimes.
Why is Tiger King on this list? But you know what? I'm
Tiger
not.
King took over.
I'm not gonna say nothing. I watched like 2.5 episodes. I did not watch everything, but why are they so high on that list? That is just insanity to me.
People like crazy people that do crazy things. On to the next article.
That's for that's for another show. That's for another show. Shouts out to Loud Egg right here. Let me go ahead and make this a little bit. Let me get this in here, man, so we can see. Great show, guys. Your production quality is great. Maybe in the future you can share some tips and setup ideas. Please also share on Facebook if you can as well, Joe. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, so Tallboy and I, first of all, we humble by that and we appreciate that. We serious out here, right, man? We want to make sure that it looks good, that it sounds good, that the entire experience for you, our audience, is right. So we are continually trying to level each other up. I'm a Mac guy. He's a PC guy. There's some good tools out there for both platforms. And I mean, literally, we're trying to find the best way to make our production look like a legitimate production. And we're there, and we're continuing to evolve and get better. So we do have some ideas and some tips and best practices on how to continue to evolve. Maybe we should do that, man. Maybe we should do a little tutorial, little master class on setting up a broadcast studio, gear wise and things like that. So I'm definitely down for that.
Okay, I mean, let's do it.
I know
I mean,
you
as
always
far as
down.
the Facebook thing, and I'm kind of torn because I want to be able to showcase this product all in multiple areas, and that's why multi-streaming is important. You meet the audience where they are, But then also it's like you're trying to build a brand. And when you build a brand and you have 10 people here, 50 people there, 2 people there, it's kind of difficult, if that makes sense, to
Yep.
just say you're building a brand when it comes to influencers and saying, hey, we're doing something that no one else is doing. So it's kind of like ABC. You know, you want to watch the NBA finals, you're not going to get it nowhere else but ABC. So YouTube seems to be the universal platform that everyone is familiar with. So I'm kind of torn because I like Facebook, I like LinkedIn Live, I like Periscope, I like Instagram, even though we can't do it unless you do Yellow Duck, which we're not going to break any rules over here. But you know, yeah. So, but right now we're trying, and maybe in the future we might look into expanding. But we want to keep it to where we're building the following and driving people to YouTube, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll definitely get into that. So appreciate the comment, appreciate the feedback, and if you see something good, if you see something bad, the good, bad, and the ugly, we definitely want to hear about it. So appreciate that.
We told you it's going to be interactive. We don't play when we tell you that. So, all right, James, come on, knock out the next one, man.
Yeah, man. Instagram is why because it's an iOS story. That's why you don't want to have anything to do with it.
No, I'm going to get into it.
You just mad. Don't you mad, bro?
I really forgot.
You mad. Instagram for iOS introduces sensitive content control. I'm going to summarize. I won't read the entire thing. But again, Instagram recently announced a new feature called sensitive content control that lets users above 18 years old choose whether they want to see more or less sensitive content. This feature is available under IG settings page, account sensitivity control. Users can choose between allow, limit default, or limit even more. Take into consideration all the videos of violence, of folks walking around with less, I was gonna say folks walking around with less clothes than they probably should be on, wearing that kind of thing. Just risque or just stuff that you probably wouldn't share in front of your parents, right? Maybe that. The old world star stuff, right? Not everyone wants to see folks out there in them streets fighting. I think that's really where I like in this, right? It's Instagram is giving users now the ability to say, I don't really want to see that in my feed. I come to IG to unwind, look at some jokes, maybe look at some dances, whatever, look at some pretty pictures of somebody's kids and some landscapes and whatever the case may be. I don't need to see somebody fighting each other in the shopping mall because they cutting their line or whatever else is happening in the world for that. So you now have the ability to dial that in, right? You can opt out, opt in to that type of a content. I like that it's 3 levels, right? I like the fact that you can say, you know what, I don't care. I control my own social media. Let me see what I need to see. So allow. I can limit it, which is kind of where everyone is by default. That again, if it's got some violence, if it crosses the IG algorithm for sensitive content, then you know what, they'll put up that blurred out screen with the eye and the mark across it saying, yeah, maybe you don't want to see this. Or get even tighter regulation and say, you know what, you may not even want to see X, Y, and Z. Again, having the capability and having the option to do that, I think is fantastic. What I think is interesting that, again, according to Instagram, the only exception for this new feature is that the allow option will not be available to people under 18 in the app. I don't know about you. I know how to fake my age online.
I think all the kids know how to do that.
Right? So that right there, I think is a valiant effort. But again, look, I gave my kids Amazon Live access when they were 13 years old and lied and said that they were 17, 18. So that I probably shouldn't have said that on live. I'm gonna edit that out. Snitching on myself. But long story short, yeah, on myself. The idea is, again, you have the ability to close this access, but I just don't know how far that limitation is really going to be relevant, because again, kids have access to their own phones. Parents try to put locks on them, whatever, but kids can actually log onto these environments and set up a fake birthday. There's no check for these social networks that say, yeah, you say you were born in 69, but when you were really born in 89, no one checks anywhere, right? There's no validation of that. So you can create a whole brand new account and say that you're 21 years old instead of 14 years old. That's my thing. And again, it's a little bit of this too. A little bit of this too. Doing a little too much.
I just look at it like this. I think it's great. Unfortunately, it's not available for the rollout for Android. So I do see the sensitive content.
That's right. You guys don't get it at all for a while. What's up with that, Android?
No, you got to talk to iOS and Instagram and find out why they're not doing that. So basically, I do see the sensitive content and I have to click on it. And when I have to click on it, it's no big deal because I wanted to watch it. So, but to just know that it's already there, what is it? Allow, limit, or limit even more. I want to see some of it. I don't want to see all the fights, but I want to see the erotica, shall we say? You know, hey, I'm over 18. I'm grown.
I ain't mad.
And I ain't got to make up no fake ages. You know, 79 was a good year. So with that being said, you know, I want to see more of that. And since I want to see more of it, depending on who that artist or that content creator is, I'm going to want to watch. Some people I'm not going to want to watch. So, I mean, with that being said, I just think it's a good feature. They should roll it out for both Android and iOS at the same time.
Yeah, I agree.
As opposed to just saying, hey, we're going to just test it over here on iOS and then we'll roll it out to Android later on. And I get it. It's just something with the API and how they build out and just probably going through a lot of security features with Android as opposed to you already have a partnership with iOS and it's like, hey, can we get access to, you know, whatever it is that they need to get access to and to move forward. So.
Yeah, I hear you. And again, you know, I'm the Apple, I'm part of the Apple cult, I'm part of the Apple fanboy, but I swear those days should be over. I don't see why they have to leave either side out when they roll out decent features like this that everyone should have access to, because you're probably not going to see it for a couple of months, which again is I think just a travesty because there are more Android devices on the planet and out there in use than there are iOS. It just is in numbers. I'm not talking about versions of Android versus versions of iOS, but physical numbers of Android devices. There are more of them out there live and activated in these streets than there are iOS devices, period. So why not give this functionality to, there's my rant to Android from an iOS guy, but
I appreciate that. I figured you guys would like this story, and I appreciate the fact that you agree with me for the first time. So we can.
I got love for you, Mike.
Man,
how do you guys feel? Let's talk to the audience right quick. Are there IG users who are down with this? Right? Is Instagram stepping in your business, or are you looking forward to limiting access to some of that type of content in your streams? Definitely put that in the comments and let us know.
Yeah. All right, let's move forward, man. I would love to hear their responses, but I know I have a call to action, right?
Yeah, you in a hurry tonight? You definitely trying to get through the show, man. I'm trying to engage with the audience, and look, we still got 2 minutes 45 seconds in this segment, and you just pushing us through. Whatever, man. I'm out. Call to action.
Hey guys, it's your boy Tall Boy. I need you to do me a favor. Follow us on social media, thelabtechshow.live or the Lab Tech Show on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and now the newly formed TikTok, if you're on it. So follow us. It's the Lab Tech Show. Now see, that's how you do a promo. What do you normally do? You hit them with the Barry White voice.
I was gonna say you definitely can tell that you have a history in radio because okay, shouts out to that.
I gave you 2 weeks. I was like, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let him do what he do, and you know, you just try to put your Barry White voice on it.
I don't get him. I don't get it. Let me get back into some of these comments because folks were leaving some pretty nice comments. Kids have been doing it for years. Yeah, he is locked up. There we go. Kids have been doing it for years. I agree with that. I don't.
Off the screen.
I don't know.
I only lock up when I do something right.
That's all right. But see, don't wallow in the negativity. See, I'm trying to move on here, and you focusing on the negativity. Hit the Spot says, I like you said, James, there are always ways around it. That's true, right? So we got, them kids are always going to find a way. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. Haters at home. But I love me some Hit the Spot.
Oh, well. It is what it is.
Lisa Marie, my 13-year-old grandson has had an account since he was 11. See, there it is, right? So there's always a way around it. But
now the question that I have, here's the question I have, Miss Lisa Marie, did you set up the account or did he set up the account?
I won't put the comment on the screen. You can answer, just do that amongst yourselves. Don't do that. I'm not going to get anybody in trouble.
We won't repurpose that. They have to watch the full show.
I love it.
Oh man,
got you.
It ain't me.
No, it's you. It's you. So check it out. WhatsApp is doing some things. WhatsApp now lets you join in progress group calls. Let me let you get into some of that because I've got something to say about it, and I think this is a good thing. But I'll let you read this one, and I'll do the next one.
All right, cool. WhatsApp group calls. For the ones who are familiar with WhatsApp, you guys are already familiar with how WhatsApp works. For the ones who do not know what WhatsApp is, it's a great tool for you to download as an app, and you can have communication for you and your friends. And just say you don't have cell phone service, as long as you have Wi-Fi, you can still communicate and have regular phone calls, regular text messages, and it even has some other cool features that you have to just dive deep into it and they'll let you know. But with this article, they're now allowing you to have the new added feature for group calls, similar to like Zoom. And basically, they started rolling out the ability to join group calls in progress rather than having to be there and stay when the call starts. You can drop in and out at will as long as you were invited at the beginning. So there's also a call information screen to show who's participating in.
This brother right here. I don't know why he keeps falling off the screen like that. That's his side, folks. Here, regardless of what it is, WhatsApp, and I'm going to bring this comment up because I think this is relevant, but here's the reason why I wanted to talk about this. WhatsApp is not used a lot in the States. It's used globally. The United States is behind, I think, in this functionality. We're so diverted on iMessages. We're so diverted on Android messages or whatever the case may be. But again, the rest of the planet really is using the low frequency bandwidth and low frequency requirements of tools like WhatsApp. One, because it's encrypted, and because it also allows you to have multiple conversations going at the same time, allows you to engage, interact, and exchange data and information with folks within your conversation piece. I really like this because, again, the U.S. is so far behind in terms of catching up with how the rest of the world is using these mobile technology and mobile communications platforms. I hate Zoom. I dislike Teams. I tolerate WhatsApp because I tolerate it because it's owned by Facebook, and y'all have probably seen in the past where I've talked a lot of madness about Mark Zuckerberg, but that's my only problem with it. The app in itself and the platform in and of itself is good. Tall boy, you're still frozen, brother. I'm gonna need you to dial back into the studio because I just see you with your mouth open back in the backstage, and it's hilarious. I challenge everyone. Here's another call to action. If you're really looking for another global cross-platform communication tool on your mobile device and on your desktop. So there's actually a desktop component to WhatsApp as well. I engage with all of my folks, all of my team from a professional perspective using WhatsApp as opposed to using anything else. I'm not going to put him on screen. That would be embarrassing. I'm not going to put him out here in these streets like that. So that being said, again, check out WhatsApp. The fact that you can now engage and log into a group meeting before it starts, when it starts, after it starts, without having to be kicked out or having to put in a whole bunch of extra credentials, because you've already authenticated through the app. So that encryption is part of the platform in and of itself. Check it out. Go ahead and reach out for something different. We're never going to tell you to try something that's not relevant and that doesn't make sense. This makes sense to go ahead and and maybe inch this into that folder that you have for social media contact and start taking advantage of itself. He did it to himself. Yeah. So I'm gonna put names out here. So Lisa Marie, Tammy, just tell a young man, right? I've done 3 streams already today. I'm streaming at 4K, 60 frames per second to YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook at the same time. No problems. Every time a man from Peach Street jumps onto the screen, there's some issues. I'm just saying, check yourself, brother. But I'm here to support you. Get it right, brother. I love you. Come on back into the studio so we can keep going with the show. Yeah, WhatsApp. I use it, like I say, every single day. I love the fact that there's also a mobile watch app as well that you can use. So really good piece of technology that I highly recommend that you guys take a look at. Since he's not coming out, he right. Not necessarily, Lisa. We're trying to be like Clubhouse. I think it's more trying to squeeze some of Zoom's influence out. Right. This really is trying to get folks away from Zoom is now a verb, like Kleenex instead of tissue. Right. Zoom is really now the de facto place for folks to go and do conferencing. But the fact that now that you can also do video with this is incredibly, incredibly powerful and something that I think you should take a look at. It's not trying to be Clubhouse. It's not trying to be something like Twitter Spaces. It's not trying to be something like the Spotify or the Facebook platform as well. We're going to actually talk about that a little bit later, but this is again more trying to be that multiple device, cross-platform social communication tool, audio, video, and text. So there we go. There's my rant as I wait for this man to come back into the room. Let me see if he is available. You good, brother? He ain't good. There it is. Look at him. Looks good though. There you go. You look good. That's that Sigma 16 millimeter that you got. You do look good. Did you catch anything that I said at least?
Nah, I missed all of it. But
I was dropping some gems on it too. Check the replay because the stream wasn't frozen, so you should check the replay.
I was moving in the background. I mean, in your back room, I could see myself, but it's all good. But to add to the comment of what you're saying, I think, and I don't know if you said this because I missed a lot of it.
Yeah.
I think it's cool that they're doing this group calling, and it's kind of like a 3-way call, 4-way call, 10-way call. You guys are having a group meeting. You can jump in and out at will as long as you were initially invited, if that makes sense. So I think that they're competing with Zoom. I don't care for Zoom, as you said.
No one
don't
cares
care
for Zoom.
No, I don't care for Microsoft Teams, but I mean, with WhatsApp, how do I word this? They have some great functionality. Like you said, they are owned by Facebook, so that's something that's out of our control. But the fact that they're willing to grow and they're willing to say, how can we make this better on a global level? Yes, the United States needs to step their game up and they need to be more aware of what's going on a global level. So download the app, play with it. I mean, like I said, you could literally cut off your carrier service and you can, as long as you have Wi-Fi, you can still have phone calls with people. So you could really be saving on your phone bill and not paying that $80 or $70 or $60 a month that you're accustomed to paying. As long as you have mobile data, Wi-Fi, that's all you need. You could still be able to take calls.
Ooh.
Damn, son.
I love it.
You get it because I'm gonna put you out there and I'm gonna show you a little love, right? Because you are a global person, right? You travel, you got stamps in your passport, so you know when you go to Europe, when you go to wherever. I'm sorry, you're just not really using Facebook Messenger. You're not using some of these other tools. You're using what the rest of the planet uses, and for the most part, that's probably WhatsApp.
Well, T-Mobile's on the GSM network, not the DCMA network. Yeah. And they charge 20 cents a minute when you go abroad. But basically, I can go overseas, unlock my phone, put their SIM card in, pay for mobile data, And as long as you have a WhatsApp account, I can literally video chat you, call you, and as I'm only using my mobile data. As long as I have hotspot data or mobile data, I'm good. So, I mean, this is why WhatsApp is cool. So for the ones that are abroad and they're watching this show, it's like, oh, we get in-group calls. So we're giving you a tutorial of what WhatsApp is here in the United States. But for the people that are watching that's from abroad, they already know. And it's like, wow, we get this new functionality of the group calls. I think that's where the win comes in for them. No one's not downloading Zoom and saying, I'm going to have a personal family call with you. That's more on a business level. Zoom has sold themselves to companies, organizations, and educational institutions. They have not sold it to like the family atmosphere and say, hey, make your call with Zoom on Thanksgiving. They have not done that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
with that being said, this is an open market for WhatsApp to come in and say, you know what? Hey, you can have the whole family on. We can do a group call. And if you have to walk away and leave and come back, you're good to go. We still have you in that same group call.
Good point. Good point. Comment here. Shouts out to my guy here. Hold on. Let me make sure that I got this whole thing on screen. Ken Young. This man right here. I won't talk about where he works on a daily basis because I'm trying to get hooked up with him and they're not taking care of me. But Flipboard. If you have T-Mobile's unlimited plan, you should be able to have free international data without needing to buy a separate SIM card. You just be constrained to the local network speed.
Wrong. You're downgraded to 3G instead of 4G or 5G. So you have to get your phone unlocked if you're from America. So yeah, you could use the phone, but it's 20 cents a minute. It's free text messaging. So you can keep your text messaging, and as long as you text back and forth, you're okay. But if you want that 3G and 5G or 3G and 4G is significantly, you could tell a difference in between both of those. So I'm not trying to throw you under the bus, but from firsthand experience, being overseas and you're trying to upload a video in 3G and you're accustomed to 4G and now we're in the 5G.
That just sounds like it's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, it takes 5-10 minutes and you want something instantaneous. So that SIM card, having your phone unlocked abroad and getting their mobile data on a SIM card is very valuable. That's all I can really say. But download the app. What's that?
Now, Ken, I'm sure you have it. So chime in with your response to that, because I know he's got it. Because again, he's a global guy. He's a technologist. He's been around Silicon Valley, writing for a lot of large blogs and things like that. So would love to see. Here we go. He says, "No, you're right. You don't get 5G, but saying that T-Mobile gives you unlimited data abroad."
Yeah, Ken, I like the fact that T-Mobile gives us that, but the bad part of it is you're throttled, and I don't want to be throttled. Nobody wants to be throttled when they're accustomed to having fast data. I mean, data is important in 2021.
That's true. That's true. Let me go ahead and do one thing real quick. Ken, I apologize for throwing your company under the bus like that. So I want to publicly say that I'm still trying to get into the creators platform for your organization. So don't let my little chide remarks banish me.
You're just keeping it real. You're keeping it real.
Hold on, man.
When keeping it real goes wrong.
I'm trying to make up to the man, because I'm trying to get in with this particular organization. So sir, please forgive me for saying that. I say that publicly on this stream.
Go ahead.
Right, there we go.
Fix your face. Fix your face.
Alex Johnson, hold on, Alex Johnson. Get to know this guy. Talkboy, you need to know this guy. He's in that live streaming community as well. He does some phenomenal tutorial videos. You definitely want to see his.
I think we became friends today.
Yeah, he's a bad man. He is definitely the truth. So I'm still looking out for you. I'll give you the. See, there he go. I'm gonna move on.
Now get him, Ken. Ken, make sure you tag me when he comes onto your show. Okay. I mean, when he comes onto your show, make sure you tag me, because I'm gonna be right in the comments tomorrow. But with that being said, we need to jump into this other article.
I'm done.
YouTube adds a new way to tip creators. So look, are you a YouTuber? Do you upload content to YouTube? There is a new way for you to get paid. It's similar to the super chat and super stickers, but it's for everything. So YouTube viewers will soon have a new way to throw their support and money behind their favorite creators called the Super Thanks. And that lets you tip creators is now being tested on the platform. Users applaud a creator by choosing from one of 4 price points between $2 and $50 in their regional currency equivalent, whether that's the yen, the dollar, the pound, or the euro. When a user purchases one of these 4 options, they'll see a celebratory animation. So I think he has it on the screen. When a user purchases one of these 4 options, they'll see the celebratory animation on screen and a colorful comment with their name appear below the video in the comment section. Creators themselves will be able to respond to these messages in the same way they can on regular comments. Now, this is what I like. Super Thanks is the 4th option YouTube has added for directly paying creators. The platform also offers channel memberships, which lets creators offer monthly subscriptions. Then there's super stickers and super chats, and now you have the Super Thanks. So this is awesome.
This is big. Yeah, this is big, isn't it?
It says, lastly, then there's super stickers and super chat, which lets viewers leave tips in chat during live streams. But where super stickers and chat works on live feeds, Super Thanks can be used across all eligible uploads.
Yeah.
So
Replay
the
squad.
super stickers and the chats, like if you go to my YouTube channel and we're streaming now and you hit that little $sign, that is a super chat. But if you go over, we upload a video, just a regular video, James says, hey, a how-to on how to, do whatever it is that he wants to do. And he uploads that video to this platform. You can then now upload a super thanks and we'll get paid for it. So.
Gotta love it. Look, YouTube is doing it right in terms of taking care of creators. It's so complex. It's so large. It's so huge in terms of the importance, the influence of YouTube, and why so many people are focusing on that particular platform. Because again, like I keep saying, it's the 2nd biggest search engine on the planet. Right. Remember though that this is only 2 creators who have been monetized. So there is a criteria that you have to reach. You have to reach 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours in a given calendar year. Once you get to that point, then you get community, then you get super chat, super thanks, you get those types of things. A friend of ours, John Pullum, was actually in the beta team that was testing out the applause, and before they renamed it to Super Thanks. He says he enjoyed it. He says he got some value out of it and got some utility out of it. So it's really good to see that YouTube is continuing to evolve, continuing to look out for folks who, quite frankly, are living and creating their business and creating their livelihood, maybe even on this platform by being video content creators. So again, by this being one of 4 options that they currently have, I think that's fantastic. I wonder what those other increments are. So that's a big gap between $2 and $50. So probably 2,
I think
5.
It was like 210 or 210, 20, and 50 or something like that, if I'm correct.
Okay.
Maybe it might be 15. So yeah, I think it's awesome. Like I said, this is just another way for, I think you just saw 10 pop up on the screen on the super chat part where the animation is.
Yeah, $10.
So I'm pretty sure it's 2, 10, 20, and 50.
No, here it is right there. 2, 5, 10, and 50. There it is. 2, 5, 10, and 50.
Okay, there you go. So
Alec asked an interesting question though, but will the YouTube fee and commission be the same for super chats as they are for super thanks? Yeah, more than likely. They're going to get their money, right? Because again, you're on their platform, so they're going to get their cut of your value as well. So
now YouTube is saying, hey, we're just finding another creative way for you to get your money, but they're going to get theirs off the rip. So
yeah, don't forget April 15th when taxes are due. There will be a line item that on your 1099 that says Google YouTube on there. So keep that in mind as well, folks.
Yeah. So that's awesome. So Anybody that's a creator, what are your thoughts about this? Do you like this new feature? I mean, I don't know anybody that's not happy about receiving a new way of making money. The only way you really can make money, like I said, is if you're monetized with 1,000 followers, or you're doing your lives,
Mm-hmm.
and now you have this new feature here. Um, this is a new way. So, what do you think? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Post your comments.
Let us know. Let us know. I'm glad we have some time left over because we definitely want to be cognizant of being focused on that 60-minute mark. But we have another story here that we definitely wanted to talk about as well. So let's bring this up and talk a little bit about this because, again, I think Lisa Marie brought up a comment about when we were talking about WhatsApp and she had compared it to Clubhouse. Folks, we've been talking about, and I'll let you interject as well. But again, I'm standing up tonight, so you already know that there's going to be a ton of rants going on. We've been talking about social audio, social networking things focused on audio versus just video, because the audio communication, I think, is so incredibly powerful. Not an old means of communicating. Why are you looking weird like that? Are you okay?
Go ahead. No, tell the story.
It's okay. you look like you, I don't know, ate a bad crab leg or something, brother. I don't know. I've talked about Clubhouse for a long time. Try to get Tallboy involved in that when it was just iOS. Try to sneak him into it, but now he's on it as well. Spotify has the same type of thing. Twitter has Spaces. Facebook is launching their audio groups as well. Those are long form audio communication pieces, but I still stand by the fact that those are incredibly valuable, and I think those will continue to grow, resonate, allow creators and enthusiasts to become monetized as well, so actually make some income from that. But they're already now starting to talk about short form audio social networking as well. So is the next big social network trend short form audio? Being able to upload 1, 3, 5, however minute conversations via a social network platform and then engage and interact back and forth with your audience. Many startups are out there starting to do this. I've got a couple of tabs open right here for these companies right here. Beams, Quest, Pluto are now starting to, what was the other one? Racket as well, right? And Racket is just a website as opposed to even something that you have to download onto your mobile device. But again, they're providing these platforms to allow folks to engage and interact with their community and their audience, have direct conversations instead of just one-to-one, but one-to-many and two-way conversations. Bringing in monetization, I think, is just an added value of that. But I really find a lot of value in, again, people having conversations. Because right now, it's just me and Tallboy talking to you, and you're just communicating through written comments. But if we could hear you, if we could engage with you and actually have that verbal conversation, that verbal communication, there's so much power, I think, into that. And I'm so glad to see that some of these platforms or some of these startups are starting to harness that and find a way to bring that more to the masses. There's my rant. Tallboy, you talked a little bit more about it in a sensible manner. I'm excited about this because, again, I've always been a huge fan of just the verbal communication piece, because you can't hide when you're actually talking. You can hear the inflection in people's voices. You can hear how excited they sound or how excited they don't sound. And I really like the fact that these platforms are coming out now.
Real briefly, because I know we're causing for time. Basically, all it is short form audio, and instead of it being Clubhouse, you're going to this website, or you're down. I think it's more websites as opposed to apps, and you can give your rants for 9 minutes, up to 9 minutes.
I can use a whole 9 minutes too. I can use a whole 9 minutes.
And after that 9 minutes, you can download that content and you can transcribe it. So now you can put it into your website. You can, put it into your blog post or whatever the case may be. But I think that this is great. If you look at Racket, I believe that they have 70,000 people that have listened. They have over 18,000 minutes of audio, and 17,000 people have signed up for this. Beam is another company. They've raised $3 million. So Clubhouse popularizing the idea of social audio and the rapid speech to text transcription. Clubhouse had something good, but I think that they have to define it a little bit better. And I think that short form audio is probably where it's going to go. It just needs to be manifested a little bit better.
Yeah, this one from Pluto does look like well, it's not as attractive, not as sexy on their website. So I'm probably going to download Beams and check that out, and I'll give this and
it's only available on iOS right there anyway.
Man, I'm sorry.
It's all good. No,
So,
I mean,
I'll give it a shot, right? And maybe bring that up in my Week in Tech next week, because again, the short form audio commentary I think is valuable. We're still going to do a session where I put you on stage talking about your journey from radio to video content creation, and how that whole evolution has happened. And we'll probably use something like Twitter Spaces, but so we can have more people engaged in that conversation. But I'm really excited about this personally, just because again I'm a huge fan of speaking. If you guys couldn't tell already, but
gotcha. It's that time, folks. I'm trying to be on time. I'm trying. You don't care, do you?
I love you, man. I appreciate you. Let me see. It is. Oh yeah, we're 1 hour, 1 minute, 15 seconds. It's all good. Yeah. Appreciate y'all for joining. We out. This is the lab. If it's not entertaining, if we're not enlightening, we're educating. We're definitely entertaining. Shouts out to Fledging. We see you too. Doc Rock, let's get live. We out, y'all.